Well, this time last year, not only were farmers enjoying higher prices for their commodities, but a higher premium on shipping that product.
That premium is called the barge basis, and in this week's Bottom Line, TWILA's Neil Melancon tells us it's about half of what it was this time last year.
The Bottom Line is brought to you by the Cotton Board, strengthening the fiber of our industry.
In short order here, farmers across the state will be sending their truckloads of grain to shipping facilities, just like the one here at Louis Dreyfus at the Port of Greater Baton Rouge. Now, last year when farmers did get prices for grain, it was pretty good, over $12 for beans and $7.50 for corn. This year, $10 for beans and about half of what it was for that same corn bushel. Now, one of the advantages farmers did get is good basis prices for that grain. This year, though, it's a little different. The reason farmers did get great basis prices last year is because of our close location to the Gulf here along the Mississippi River. Because the barges don't have to go as far upriver, the mills and shipping facilities can pay a premium on that grain. The further you go upriver, the smaller that basis is, including into the negatives as you get into the Midwest. That means some farmers will get less than the market price when they bring their grain in. Now, here in Louisiana in 2014, our basis price got as high as $1 over, meaning if beans were $12 a bushel, the farmer got $13. Fast forward to this year, the basis is 45 to 55 cents, roughly half of what it was. Greg Fox, a grain marketing specialist with the Louisiana Farm Bureau Marketing Association, said last year demand for grain was early and the South American infrastructure couldn't handle it.
The port situation was full. They had ships waiting in the Gulf, waiting in the Gulf to get to port. They just couldn't get to port. So you saw a lot of those the facilities that were loading shifted those sales to the U.S. So the demand increased, and so you saw our crop was very good quality. Export elevators wanted them. You saw the big push in the basis.
Now, the bottom line is demand is not quite as strong, and with the South American supply a little more readily available, we've got a lower basis. For farmers, it's kind of a double whammy: lower commodity prices this year and a lower basis. Now, Fox did say that farmers have already figured that lower basis into some of their figuring cost, but overall, they're going to have to make up for these lower prices and lower basis with volume through good crops. So we hope to see that towards the end of this harvest season. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, Neil, but with the weather the way it's been, it may be tough for farmers to grow that high volume. Thanks a lot, Neil Melancon.
Well, that does it for this edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Next week, we'll bring you an encore presentation of our coverage of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Convention in New Orleans. But we'll be back with a new show in 2 weeks.
And remember, you can always watch our stories online on twilatv.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and also we have an Instagram as well, so check us out there.
For Avery Davidson and all of us here at TWILA, I'm Kristen Oaks White. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again right here in 2 weeks.